Namaste. Welcome to our talk show, Positivitty with Praveen. Today, with us, we have a celebrity teen life and parenting coach. He's a certified coach from International Coach Federation. He's an NLP practitioner and emotional freedom technique expert. He has helped more than 300 families create safe to talk zones in their homes through his powerful yet human-oriented coaching techniques. He has helped more than 10,000 teens to channelize their abundant energy in a positive direction. He has helped them in strategic goal-setting process through his innovative success toolbox. He has prominently featured in leading magazines, newspapers, and online platforms like the Teenagers Today, Life Positive, Indian Express, and Your Story. Ladies and gentlemen, please join your hands and welcome celebrity, teen life, and parenting coach, Rajat Soni.
Hey, hi Praveen.
Rajat, we are so excited to have you here today.
I'm super excited for what's going to happen today. I'm super excited for it.
Great. You have coached 10,000s of teens and parents. We know you love working with the teens. What motivated you to take this unconventional path of becoming a parent-teen coach?
Well, thanks for the question, Praveen. But this was not a profession that I had planned. It's a profession that chose me. So I was someone who was into the corporate world like you are, and I quit the corporate world to be an executive coach, and I did my certifications that was required for being an executive coach. As I started out working with one of the CXOs of an organization, while we were on a 6-month contract, during one of the sessions, the CXO shared that he wants to speak about his son, who is 15 years old. And the 15-year-old son had a special condition where he would have difficulty in making social interactions, whereas he loved making social interaction, but he had difficulty doing that. And from there, when you see a senior corporate leader emotional, you would just say yes to what he would say. And he said that, I want you to meet my son once. From there is where my journey started with that teenager. It took us a period of 6 months. He had a special mental condition that was called Asperger's, which lies in the autism spectrum. And over a period of 6 months, the kind of transformation that happened in him kind of transformed me in a way. A boy who used to work on geometric expressions, who used to work on scripts. When one fine day, after 6 months, he came and met me with a natural smile, he said, Rajat, I am happy. For him, I was Rajat. I was his friend, Rajat. And when he said that, there is something that transformed within me, and my journey with teenagers started, and here I am today.
Wow, Rajat, that's so amazing. A teenager helped you to identify your hidden talent.
Yes, he's the one who transformed me, and today he's studying in one of the top universities in the world. It's been about 5 years now. He's working in the top universities in the world, and he's doing really good for himself.
Lovely, lovely. So the journey that you started with a teenager boy now has helped more than 10,000 of the teens. So what has been the most difficult parent-teen coaching situation that you have ever faced, Rajat?
I won't call it difficult, but definitely challenging. And that was basically a child who was very impulsive and very aggressive. On top of that, he was put into activities by his parents, which were, which can take them to very risky behaviors. And whatever the child used to say, the parents used to say yes to it. They had no for an answer. So now he was 14 when he came to me, and he was in a situation where he would get very aggressive with his parents when they would say no to something. To the point of hitting his parents also at a time. And what was challenging here was more than the teenager, it was the parents. Because in this case, parents' involvement was required in a great degree. And the parents were not ready to let go of their belief system. So that's where it was, where there was a lot of coaching required for the parents to get even ready to be coached. So that's when the journey started. Journey came to a point where the parents came into picture. It was a holistic thing, and we were finally able to help him find his own solutions.
Wow, that was really a tough situation. What has been the funniest parenting coaching moment that you have ever come across?
Uh, there are things that happen that are funny. A lot of times, you realize that. There was this particular father and daughter who were here, and there used to be constant fights between them. So they used to fight over something. So they were one fine day. I said, "Okay, fine. You just come and I'll mediate your conversation. I'll mediate the conversation between the two of you." And both were fighting on something, but it was at the end they realized that they're actually saying the same thing. So they both were talking about their mom or something about their mom, and it was the same thing. And they were just fighting. And finally, when they realized, they had such a big laugh about it. And all three of us were laughing, sitting in the same room where I'm sitting right now. And we were all laughing in full splits. So yeah, sometimes we get so engrossed in our own thoughts that we don't realize that it's nothing really so serious.
Rajat, there is a lot of negativity and seriousness in parent-teen or parent-child relationships. Do you think positivity and wittiness play an important role in parent-child relationship?
Yes, Praveen. In fact, what you call your series also. So it is about positivity. So it is the wit is really important, and each one of us has that in our own way. So sometimes what happens if parents are so busy in their lives that they just forget that side of theirs. So whenever they're coming back home, they're always talking, okay, did you study, padhai kari, what's happening, what your career, what are you doing for your future. So you can add some light elements. I mean, so children have amazing wit, and when we are working together, we have a blast. Uh, Now with parents also, now they create a kind of a light atmosphere at home. So for example, like the father, that day, one of the parents I was coaching, the father is really fond of cricket, and he somehow could not find the remote in the house. And he was searching for the remote all over. And then he said, just chuck it. I'm going down to the club. So they stay in a society. I'll go down to the club and I'll watch the match there. This was, of course, before the lockdown. And then he went there, then he came back, then he went there, then he come back. And the son was like, Dad, chill. We'll find the remote, So it's about how lightly you take things, and not everything is not so serious. And especially with children, activating all your five senses and being in front of them makes a lot of difference.
Give us some insights into your upcoming Create Future Leaders program.
Sure. So I have been doing my two signature programs, which were Paint Your Own Future and the Teen Leadership Program. Both had some elements which have really impacted children and shown a lot, and the children have seen a lot of positive transformation in them. And these programs were also curated on the basis of my years of experience in working with children. I came up with this program especially for the lockdown period where everybody is at home. So at the convenience of their home, they can be online, and the program is called Creating Future Leaders. The program has elements of children setting goals for themselves, goals across each area of their life. It could be friendships, it could be career, it could be academics, it could be their personal growth, it could be any area of their life. And then they learn about how to manage their time, especially screen time nowadays. Then how to cope with. So we always teach our children to cope with success. The success toolbox, which you spoke about earlier. This program has all the elements of the success toolbox, which is not only ensuring success, but it's also helping children cope with failure. So that's what the program is all about. It, of course, increases the focus and concentration of children, increases self-awareness, self-acceptance, and, of course, imbibes self-discipline in them to achieve their goals.
Thank you, Rajat. That's an interesting program. Our audience, if you want to know more about the program, click the link below in the description. So picking up, one of the points that you said, screen time, Rajat. Uh, Now, and this one, a lot of parents would be willing to ask you. We as parents find it extremely difficult to manage or help manage our kids their screen time. Now, many parents have vouched for your coaching in helping teens manage their screen time. So, what magic wand do you have to positively convince them on digital detoxification?
Great question, Praveen. I think that's one of the most prominent concerns that parents have nowadays. It's regarding screen time. Few things we need to ensure before communicating this to our children. First, how is screen time impacting their life today? Are they focusing on their academics as much as they should? Are they participating in family? Are they sitting together with you or not? Are they sleeping enough? Are they doing enough exercise? Because workouts are really important, especially during the lockdown. Are they basically doing something else besides being on the screen constantly? Once that is there and you understand that it's a concern and I need to communicate that to my child, the best way to do it is first to bring to your awareness that the way you felt as a child when you were playing games like Pittu, Stappu, Chupan Chupai, that feeling of fulfillment, the feeling of recognition, appreciation, acknowledgement, that is how your child is feeling when he is on the screen. So it's about bringing that to your awareness and then accepting what your child really feels. Then go and have a conversation with him. So it's awareness, acceptance, action. In action, you're going and having a conversation with the child, helping him or her reflect on, firstly, what are the negative impacts of technology. First, you acknowledge what he's achieving, the emotions, and then you ask them what are the negative impacts of technology. Children have all the wisdom to know that. And then ask them what is another alternative activity they can do.
Thanks, Rajat. I take away those three keywords: awareness, acceptance, and action. We often hear spend quality time with your kids. What are two things that would constitute quality time? And also tell us what are two things that would not constitute quality time with kids?
Yeah, sure. So what will not constitute quality time is when you are on your phone and you are on your digital devices and you're spending time with your child. What will not be quality time is when you are only talking about career and academics of your child. What will be quality time is the exclusive time you're spending with your children without any gadgets in your own hand. And the second way of building that exclusive time is having very general conversations with them. These days, children are having those online classes from school. So generally ask them, how did it go? What did you like about it? Which teacher was irritating and you didn't like her? So be very, 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 very upfront on it and just ask questions so that they connect with you. So it's about when you're establishing a connect, that is quality time. Sharing your own stories with the child, that would also be quality
time. Yeah, absolutely. Rajat, you encourage making a safe to talk zone at home. What are two things we should do to do that?
Sure. So one thing is when you are creating a safe space or a safe talk zone at home, you have to be very willing to let go of your beliefs, let go of the impressions that have been created in your mind. You have to avoid judging yourself at first. Whenever you are going and talking in front of the child, you have to clear your mind of all the thoughts that are clouding it. You can do some meditation before it, you can go and listen to some music you like, but because children want action and engagement, and they need to see it on your face. They need to say that you're interested in understanding them and not in instructing them. Teach and tell doesn't work. Second thing is modeling the behavior that you want to see in your child. So because children show what they see. So it's about modeling the behavior. These are the two things I would share for that.
I was speaking about you with my kids, 10-year-old Shaurya and 7-year-old Vivan yesterday night. And they said, can we also ask a couple of questions? So here are the questions from them. The elder one, Shaurya, asked this. What was your dream as a 10-year-old and did you achieve it?
My dream as a 10-year-old was to be an astronaut. But the bigger dream was to serve the nation or serve people in some way. So though I'm not an astronaut today, but I feel very privileged that I'm serving people today. So that dream has definitely been fulfilled.
Wow. And this is the one, from the younger, Vivan. If I do a mistake, I don't want my parents to be angry. How can they help me understand positively?
Yes, by firstly acknowledging it's okay to make mistakes. We have made them too. And it's about firstly being okay, being made the mistakes. You can even celebrate those mistakes. But the more important thing is what have been your learnings from those? What have you learned from the mistakes you made? So that you don't do them again. But that understanding will only come when you share your own story, when you made a mistake, how you learned from it, or share a story where you made a mistake and you did not learn from it and you did it again. So both things work. That's what you would probably have to do with your younger one.
I mean, that was a smart question to put across.
Yes, that was a very smart question. Kids are very smart. They are like, they are very little manipulators, but on a very light note. But but as parents, yes, we have to acknowledge whatever they are saying.
Yeah. And here is the last question. What is one piece of advice you would give to our viewers?
The one piece of advice I want to give to the viewers is unjudge your teenager. Create that safe space where they can talk openly to you. Model the behavior, especially nowadays. How you are responding to the current situation, your kids are watching you. If you are exhibiting anxiety, they will be anxious. If you are exhibiting positivity, they will exhibit the same. That's what I want to say.
Wow. And this brings us to the most exciting section of this conversation. 60 seconds quickie challenge. Rajat, are you ready for the challenge?
I am ready. That sounds fun. I don't even know what's coming.
Okay, so here is the first question, Rajat, for you. The first thing you do as soon as you wake up.
I fold my hands to the Almighty.
Most used app on your phone.
Zoom.
Most used emoji.
It's a smiley with a thumbs up.
Last thing you ordered online.
Paneer tikka.
Your guilty pleasure.
Eating lots of desserts.
One positive thing you keep reminding yourself of.
That I am awesome.
You are. What is the funniest nickname you have ever got?
I think my nickname is actually funny. So I'm called Gunny in my house. So that's the nickname I already have, which is funny enough.
The first thing you will do immediately after the lockdown?
Go out to a restaurant and eat rather than having at home.
Great, Rajat. It was amazing, having you here in our talk show, Positivity with Praveen. Thank you so much for your time. I hope the audience loves it. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Praveen. Awesome. Bye.
If you enjoyed this conversation and would like to hear more such conversations, please subscribe to our channel Positivity. Namaste.